made it back. Let's zoom in on the top one first. We have two different ones. We'll do the top one first. Can you read it for us, Kenny?
To the ant, a few drops of rain are a flood.
All right, I don't know what's going on yet, so I'm going to do at least this. Every diagram will start off looking at least like that. Now, what kind of word is this? To the ant. All right, well, we're starting with a prepositional phrase at the beginning of the sentence. That we will save for later. What is your subject, brah?
Your subject is the ant.
Really? Let's back up a little bit. If the ant is part of the prepositional phrase, is it part of your main clause?
No.
Okay, so that's not, see, and look what happened to you. You know what your eyes did? You're going to look at a sentence like this, and your eyes will be drawn to the ant because you can see it. It's a crawly around little visual, vivid animal. And so your instinct is going to be, that must be the subject. Why is it not the subject?
Because it's part of the preposition.
All right, you see, they tried to mess with you and they succeeded, didn't they? Now, we got that out of the way. It's not the ant. What is the subject then?
The drops of rain.
All right, the drops, right? What kind of drops? A few. What kind of drops?
The drops of rain.
That's an adjectival preposition right there. All right, now the drops must be doing something, right? What's my first question? Is it a pattern 1, 2, or 3?
No. Yes.
Is it a pattern 1, 2, or 3?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because
There's a be verb, so it must be a 1, 2, or 3. There's my verb. Now, is this a noun or an adjective?
it's a noun.
Right, why? There's a determiner. It can be made plural, and it's, of course, a flood is like a thing, you know, if you want to start using your instincts. So that's your noun phrase 1. Now, if it's a pattern 3, this thing has to be the same as this thing, right? Are we saying drops equals flood? Yes, we are. All right, noun phrase 1, noun phrase 1. That's your pattern 3. But think about how Kenny got fooled on that, all right? Every time you see a noun, the one your eyes are drawn to, it may not have anything to do with your main clause. It's probably an adjectival or something. Can you pan down to the bottom one, please, Kenny? And read that for me.
My great uncle left his wife a sizable fortune.
Okay, and all you folks at home, you want to do this and pause and come back. All right, resume after you've given this a shot, but you should be able to do it now. Let's see, what do you think the subject is here?
The great uncle.
All right, and what word goes here?
Uncle.
That's right, the head word goes here. Now, I wonder what the great uncle was up to. Did the great uncle do something?
Yes, he left his wife a sizable fortune.
He left. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Did he leave his wife?
No.
No? Did they get divorced?
No.
And he just took off?
No.
Oh, no, that didn't happen? So that's not the thing he left. That's not the direct object. What is the thing that he left?
A fortune.
That's where this one's a little, you see how this one might be tricky? All right. And what kind of fortune?
A sizable.
Now, what do we do with his wife? Well, she goes under here. And we're going to call her, if this is the direct object, what's his wife?
A non-direct.
Almost. Indirect object. So we have noun phrase 1, noun phrase 2, noun phrase 3. What's our pattern?
Pattern 8.
Why is that?
Because there's 3 noun phrases.
All right, and of course, if we're doing our little memory trick, you can't spell a Roman numeral 8 without a Roman numeral 3 attached on there. Good for you, buddy. Okay, we have 2 more over here, and then we're a pal. Look at that. It looks like a big bunch of words, but all we're going to do is go piece by piece starting with the beginnings of our diagram. All right, can you read the first one for me, please, buddy?
Our cat often sits on the windowsill for the whole afternoon.
Okay, pause your video and give it a shot. You know, doodle around on your marble notebook pages in the back someplace. The more you do these diagrams, the easier it is going to be to see this stuff without even using them. That'll take a while, but that's what the diagrams are for. Now, what's our subject here, brah?
The cat,
Okay, which cat?
our cat.
And the cat must have done something, right?
Yeah,
What?
it sat on the window.
All right, and it sits, right? Sits. Can you sit something?
No,
Well, you can leave a fortune, right? You can break down some goals, right? You can crowd the beaches. Is the cat going to sit something?
no, he's going.
No. Okay. So all the rest of this stuff then, if it's not telling us which cat or what kind of cat, it's all going to be adverbial, giving us info on the type of sitting that's going on. Time and place. When does the cat sit on the windowsill?
Often.
All right. Where does the cat sit?
On the window.
And this is our, of course, prepositional phrase. Time and place. Here's our time, place. Those are always adverbial. On the windowsill. And we have something left too, right? That's also time and place. What's left? For?
For the whole afternoon.
All right. For an afternoon is the object of your preposition. Which one? The whole afternoon. What pattern do we have here, dude?
We have a pattern
Think about your Roman numerals.
7, 7, 7.
Well, you need two noun phrases to spell a pattern 7, right?
Yeah.
There's our 7. How many noun phrases do we have here?
1 and 2. 1.
There's just one, there's no direct object, right? So there's only one noun phrase, so we're left with pattern,
6.
that's right, pattern 6. It's your intransitive verb. The cat's just going to sit there. And we have one last one down here. Can you zoom in on the bottom one for us, Boo?
Yeah.
What's it say?
The new medication left the patient weak and drowsy.
Good, all right. Again, a whole lot of words here, but we will start just like this and add to the diagram as we need. Please pause. All right, welcome back. Kenny, what's the subject?
The subject is the patient.
Oh. See, here's a word that is really vivid and looks like you can imagine a person in your eyes. And those kind of words might send us off track a little bit. All right? Let's go back a little ways. What is the thing that's doing something in this sentence?
The medication.
You can't really see that as well as you can see a person, right?
Yeah.
So the patient jumped out at Kenny and it fooled him a little bit. So the medication is our subject. What kind of medication? It's new. Now, what did the medication do?
It left the patient weak.
It left. All right. Now, already we know it's probably not a 6, right? Or you have to leave something. I left something behind, or the uncle left his wife a fortune. What did it leave here?
It left the patient.
Now, this is a little tricky because we don't see these patterns too often, but it's a different pattern. Can you read the end of the sentence, buddy?
Weak and drowsy.
Now, that's important, okay? That's not something that will just be modifying the patient because the sentence won't make sense without it. And we're going to call that a, let's do it this way. This is your object complement, and it's describing the patient, of course. How did it leave the patient?
Weak and drowsy.
And these are two adjectives. So this is either a pattern 9 or a pattern 10 because there's a object complement complementing the patient here. How do we remember that? I forget. Well, adjective comes before noun because A comes before N, and N rhymes with 10, so we are left with your pattern 9. If you're having a hard time distinguishing between the pattern 9 and the pattern 10 right now, that's okay, you're going to get there, but if you can already see that it has an object complement, that's good. Now, that was really fast, but you can go back and look at each one again. You can practice your own pattern 8s, pattern 9s, pattern 6s. Take a picture of it with your phone and post it, and we'll take a look at it all together if you want. We'll see you in chapter 4. Aloha.